Let's now go across to Ajay Bakaya. There was an image, I just want to show that to our viewers, of Ajay Bakaya, who's the managing director of Sarovar Hotels and Resorts, going viral. There he is in his Ford Endeavour, stuck right in the middle of the water. A lot of people trying to help him. Ajay, welcome. Do you want to just start by talking us through how you ended up, it's almost like the bias in some senses where the whole vehicle went, except that you're in the middle of the vehicle and everybody's trying to get you out?
Thanks, Rahul. Thank you very much. This was the underpass at the railway station in Faridabad, and at about 12:40 in the afternoon, I went through in the reverse direction, in the other direction, and went through. Although there was water, went through quite smoothly. And on the way back, the car stalled, and then the water just sort of built up. So I spent about 2 hours plus getting out of there. The good part, the heartwarming part, was the people, the locals, including the small boys that you see in the picture, who were willing to help. They weren't looking for a return. They certainly weren't holding you to ransom, and everybody tried very hard to get me out of there. So cranes and tractors later, 2 hours later, we did get out. These situations are going to get worse as time goes on. We have treated nature very badly. And nature is responding to us in kind. What needs to happen in these scenarios? We can't talk about infrastructure. This is an immediate need. That there are people to help you out in that kind of an emergency. When I say people, I'm talking about structure from the state, from the government, from the local authorities. And people say, how can you get you to safety? What can we do to get your car out? The other angle, which is important, is that insurance companies need to be a lot more proactive and come back to you and say, hey, so sorry you had this issue. We're doing everything possible we can to make sure you're back to normal as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, those things don't happen. They're not on the menu today.
Sure. I want to go across to Kirti Chandra Sahu, professor at IIT Hyderabad, in fact studies climate change. So do you want to just take us through why we're seeing this, Professor, more and more intense bouts of rainfall concentrated in a short span of time, rather than the monsoon the way it used to be, roughly the same amount of rain but staggered over weeks rather than being concentrated over a 48 to 72-hour window?
Yeah. Thank you, Rahulji. First of all, namaskar, and I do namaskar to all the panelists also. This is definitely a very scary and painful situations which we are seeing today, or it has been actually happening from last many 10-15 years. I think it has been started. I mean, this is definitely a consequence of climate change, which happens from very long time. We have killed the environment. We have done many drastic things, and this is which we are facing because of that consequence. Having said that, I think there are, our research is mainly on rainfall. I am not an expert on the climate change as such, but what I am saying is, there are two ways of dealing these situations. First of all is the immediate need, which we have to, take preventive actions for the society and people, mankind, their properties, etc. And there are long-term plans of controlling the climate change. Because climate change took very long time to happen, it will also take long time to go back. If we took preventive actions. So as far as the current situation is concerned, the rainfall predictions, it estimates and its prediction has been very not so good. Particularly because of the situation, we live in a very complex situation. Probably Indian monsoon is the most complex monsoon in the world. Because of the atmospheric change. For example, Chennai weather is very different from Hyderabad weather, or for that matter, Delhi weather. So, the physics itself is different. For example, when the raindrop starts to fall from the cloud, it undergoes several microphysical processes, and thereby it results in droplet size distribution, raindrop size distribution, which actually used in the prediction of the rainfall. Estimation of the rainfall, and that has not been so good. So what we do is we try to estimate the raindrop size distribution at rainfall at different altitudes.
Mr. Bakaya, did you see the authorities around you, whether in Faridabad or Gurgaon, respond with the kind of alacrity they should have, or do you think that the authorities once again were were found wanting?
I found them extremely wanting. Towards the end of the ordeal, when I came out, there were two policemen who were there, but no one really bothered to either approach you or check how you were. So no, I thought they were wanting in every possible respect.